There's Vince Velasquez getting ready for tonight's start. He is hoping he can get deeper into this ballgame. They've worked since his last start on throwing more strikes and getting outs a little quicker. It's a very cool night here at Citi Field, even cooler than last night as the Phils won in 10 innings. They're hoping for win number 2 against the New York Mets. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. We get set for tonight's ballgame, and people are still talking about the way the Phillies won last night, not only because of the way their offense was able to bounce back in the 10th inning, but also the way the bullpen pitched, because the bullpen has been a hot topic this year.
Yeah, one thing Matt Klentak really wanted to do was to bolster that bullpen. They brought some guys in that throw strikes, but they're also guys that can get strikeouts. We know Hector Neris and what he can do, but Edubray Ramos, tremendous job last night, paying with the fastball. The curveball and the slider were outstanding. Has a pitch last night where you knew you're going to get it, still going to swing at it, was able to get those strikeouts. Hector Neris, what can you say about the splitter? It's just devastating. Righties, lefties, it doesn't matter. Able to get some hitters off the plate with his fastball. The bullpen really has been good for the Fighting Phils.
All right, so you take a look. Last night, 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, but 5 strikeouts. Strikeouts are always the key when it comes to a bullpen because you got to get some quick outs. You also have to make sure the ball is not put in play. All right, speaking of putting the ball in play, that's exactly what the Phillies did last night in the 10th inning. It was really an efficient way to be able to win that ball game.
Yeah, and using the whole field is something that Matt Stairs really tries to preach to his hitters. The Phillies able to do that last night, get some runs, and what I liked about it last night was here we get some great base running by Michael Saunders, but they were able to get 2 runs, and then they're able to add on. Always wanting to add on is what you want out of your offense. Cameron Rupp, I thought this ball was going to go out, but you like to see that man on third, less than 2 outs. Find a way to get them in. That's what they did last night. Aaron Altair, hard up the middle. We see this time in and time out from these Phillies in later innings, staying within themselves, using the whole field.
And this one leaked through the middle off the bat of Daniel Nava. He had been hitless up until that point. That brought home a couple more. That iced the game away for the Phillies and led to the victory, which, again, the Phillies have had trouble with these New York Mets. So to get a victory like that, maybe it spurs something on here tonight in game number 2. So it will be Vince Velasquez making the start for the Phils. Robert Gesellman will make the start for the New York Mets. He's been roughed up so far this year, making his 3rd start of the year. When we return, we'll go to the CSN studios. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Of the New York Mets. PHI AT NYN trying to stay warm in the dugout. Let's take a look at his lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. We expected Aaron Altherr would be in there, whether it be today or tomorrow. He might be in for both days. He's batting second before Odubel Herrera. Herrera hitting .289 to reach base safely in 22 consecutive starts. And this lineup will face Robert Gsellman, the 23-year-old from Los Angeles, 0-1 with an ERA of 5.91. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off, so we are ready to go after the Phils won last night. Cesar swings at the first pitch, and we're underway, and the count is 0-1.
Robert Gsellman, good fastball, sit about 93.5. Change curve slider. We'll throw that fastball a lot, 63.7% of the time.
Yeah, they've been working in between his outings on trying to tighten up his mechanics out on the mound because they do not like the way he's delivering the baseball at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Cesar as he delivers the fastball for a strike. Cesar 2 for 6 in yesterday's ball game for the Phils. See his on base percentage. That's pretty darn good for a leadoff hitter. Two balls, 2 strikes. It'll be Hernandez, Altherr, and Odubel Herrera for the Phillies, who come in with a record of 5-8, 3 games back in the National League East. And he fights it off foul.
That's what Gsellman will try and do, run that 2-seamer off the hip of a lefty and bring it back.
And a foul tip toward the outer edge of the plate, and 1 away. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
I went with 3 again tonight, Tom. The hitters don't miss fastballs when you're ahead in the count. Vince Velasquez, use your curveball and change. I think he's got a very good curveball. I'd like to see him use that more and keep playing as a team. Nice to see the ball club rally around Freddie Galvis last night. We all know about the base running blunder, but they rallied around him, got a W.
Aaron Altherr takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Gsellman does have a slider and a changeup for his breaking ball. He also, or slider and a curveball, and he also has a changeup. That one's lined out to right. Jay Bruce puts it away. But he is primarily a fastball pitcher. He throws the fastball 65% of the time. At least that's been the case this year. And now Odubel Herrera. Last night there were a little more than 23,000 on hand at Citi Field. Certainly not as much tonight, but there's some issues with the 7 train. The line has been suspended both ways, so that may be why there's so many open seats here at Citi Field. Odubel takes way inside, 1-0. Herrera is 1 for 7 lifetime against Gsellman. They are really working him inside with these first 2 pitches. So he worked the first 2 hitters away. The lefty Hernandez, the righty Altherr. And it's 2-1 as Odubel tries to remind himself to stay through the middle.
D'Arnaud did not give a sign on that first couple pitches. You see the sinker.
Fouled away again, 2-2. I think they were trying to send a message to Odubel Herrera with those first 2 pitches. I guess if they were, they would have hit him.
I'm just usually you put a sign down.
He fights it off foul.
I don't think Odubel's really concerned about it, to be honest with you. I don't know how in the world he just got a piece of the bat on that last pitch.
Yeah, that was ball 3. Just trying to protect. He slaps it foul toward the back end of the Phillies dugout. It remains 2-2. Duel was 2 for 5 in last night's ballgame with a home run. His home run came in the first inning. And he taps another one foul to stay alive. Gesellman in his first 3 appearances, 2 were starts. He allowed 11 runs on 13 hits. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Martin Dentino of Fort Washington. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Martin will win $100. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Martin.
And a fastball, and Odubel's down looking on strikes. Side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gesellman. So Vince Velasquez will go to work. We come back for the bottom of the first. For tonight, it's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Granderson leads it off in center field as Drupal Cabrera bats second, then Cespedes. Probably the big story is whether Reyes was going to play tonight, and he is playing, batting 7th and at third base once again after his error last night and his continued struggles offensively. They'll face Vince Velasquez, who's making his 3rd start. He has an ERA of 9.00. And Ben, of course, his biggest issues has been he hasn't gone deep, and he has thrown an awful lot of pitches per inning.
That's going to happen when you strike a lot of guys out, but still, get ahead, put them away. That's what you'd like to see Vince do. Great fastball, right about 94. Change curve slider. He throws that heater a little over 70% of the time. Pretty good numbers against these Mets. I'd like to see the innings go up, though.
1-2 against the Mets lifetime with an ERA over 3. As Curtis Granderson leads it off in the first pitch from Velasquez. He delivers low. You mentioned during your keys that you'd like to see him throw his curveball more. Pete Buchanan would like to see him throw his curveball more. He's primarily a fastball pitcher. Pete would also like to see that 91 go to 94 in the first inning and not in the second and third inning. 1-1 pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-1.
The curveball, I like it. It has good depth, especially against this lineup. This lineup struggles pitches with depth, like a curveball. More north to south movement.
Well, he's just not throwing it as much as he used to. He's only throwing it 9% of the time. And Maikel Franco is by himself on the third base side, and he makes the catch. That turned out to be a much tougher play for one reason or another. 1 out.
A little surprised to see Conforto not in there tonight. And I know Granderson has struggled a little bit, but Conforto, career .571 batting average against Vince Velasquez with 2 home runs. But Granderson gets the nod tonight. Terry Collins.
Here's Cabrera. Cabrera 4 for 9 so far against Velasquez. Overall hitting .267 with 2 home runs. No balls and 1 strike. Inside, that was a changeup, and it's 1-1 to Cabrera. Cabrera's hit in 11 of his first 14 games with the New York Mets this year. He's had a lot of success against the Phillies so far this season too. 2-1. Well, that's the best fastball so far, 93 miles an hour. Let's see Cabrera's numbers against the Phillies in 4 games. That includes a home run and a .353 average. He is 6 for 17 against the Phillies.
.444 against Velasquez.
Velasquez is averaging 21.6 pitches per inning. Among starters in Major League Baseball, he is 6th. And now the 3-2 pitch coming to Cabrera. Fouls it away. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Threw him a changeup with the count 3-2. And that's ball 4. So first walk issued tonight.
I didn't think it was that bad a pitch, but Cabrera spit on it like he knew it was coming. I didn't see him slow his arm speed down.
Cespedes 1 for 3 last night with a walk. 6 home runs with 10 runs batted in. He is 3rd in Major League Baseball in home runs. Mets have lost 4 consecutive games during this losing streak. They've scored just 10 runs. They have 21 hits, and they've left 29 runners on base during the 4 games. But part of their issue has been, well, they're 2. I mean, they're not hitting or stringing hits together, but they've made 5 errors. And as Terry Collins pointed out yesterday, those have played a role. And their bullpen has an earned run average of over 7 during the 4-game losing streak.
I think a lot has to do with that 2 home runs. I equate them to a basketball team that lives and dies by the 3-point shot. When they're not going down, you're going to struggle. You're not hitting home runs. Hopefully the Phillies can continue to keep them in the park.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and it's 1-2. Well, they have 22 home runs this year. 18 of those home runs are solo home runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cespedes. There's a curveball hit over to third base. Franco's got it. Second for 1 over to first. They won't turn 2. 5-4 the put out at second base. A fielder's choice. Cespedes was moving up the line. The ball wasn't hit all that sharply, so it was difficult to turn 2.
There's that curveball. It just really backs up and jams Cespedes right to Michael, and I'd like to see Michael maybe attack that ball a little bit more, but I don't think they're going to turn two no matter what. Cespedes, he still does run really well.
Jay Bruce had a base hit in the first inning of last night's game. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI. The ball's at 1 strike. So the 91 miles an hour, it shouldn't be concerning, because this has been a pattern for Vince, and usually as the game goes on, whether it be his arm loosens up or he just lets it go a little bit more, it goes up to 94, 95. That one's hit sharply past Tommy Joseph down the right field line. Cespedes is on his way to third base. They're going to wave him home. Now they put the stop sign up, but he's heading home anyway. The throw to the plate, he is out at home plate. Glenn Sherlock was late to put the stop sign up, and Cespedes kept on rolling as Michael Saunders picks up his first outfield assist of the year. The Mets are saying, hang on 1 second, we're going to take a peek at this.
Well, I'm going by Cespedes' reaction and the fact that he's not saying, no, I made it. But what a throw by Tommy Joseph. He's got him.
So a double for Jay Bruce, the assist for Saunders, and a little help from Tommy Joseph. We head to the second. Play of the game, you just saw it, and Saunders getting it to Tommy Joseph, and then the tag by Cameron Rupp.
Good all the way around, but the relay throw by Tommy Joseph, that is your GMC precision play of the game. But the relay by Tommy, wow, right on the money, and it had something on it too.
Well, as you mentioned too, that's why there's 2 guys usually out there, because if Saunders overthrows the first guy, which it seemed like he did, Tommy Joseph is there to back it up.
He gets on a bounce and just fires a strike. Tommy says, you know what, Cameron, I'm just going to go ahead and tag it myself with this throw.
No balls, 1 strike to Maikel Franco, who's 0 for 17 on the road trip. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Good swing.
Ricky Selman is just firing fastballs right now. He's mixed in a couple of other pitches, but for the most part, he is fastball dominant. Last year he made 8 appearances. He was 4-2 with a 2.42 ERA. But 2 of his 4 wins came against the Phillies. Maikel Franco is down looking on strikes on a pitch which he felt was inside. 3 strikeouts for Gesellman. Chad Whitson is the home plate umpire tonight. Dan Iassogna is at first. Sam Holbrook, the crew chief, is at second. Jim Wolf around to third. Saunders had 2 hits in last night's game, 2 for 5. Probably the most important thing he did, though, was his base running, going from first to third in the 10th inning. Talked a lot last night about that outside pitch, and Matt discussed it today, saying that outside pitch, he said, I don't necessarily want the left-hander to just drive it to left center field. If it's close enough, he could still pull it.
Right.
But he does acknowledge that the hitters are a little late with some of those pitches, as Saunders is hit in the arm. And that is the first base runner of the night for the Phils.
And I asked Matt, I said, you know, Matt, and I was a little critical of them last night, and the fact that I think they had some pitches in there. That's why it was one of my keys. They had some pitches to hit ahead in the count, and they missed them. I said, Matt, what do you think it is? He said, honestly, he said, I think they're getting their hands set, but they're just not getting their stride foot down, their front foot down. So you don't get that down, you can't hit. He said, I'm just telling them, hey, get ready for that fastball. Make sure your foot's down. He thinks Michael Saunders is very close to getting there.
I think he also feels like Tommy Joseph is close to getting there too. Tommy was 1 for 4 last night, 4 for 15 on the road trip.
Tommy and I were getting some food today down the street, and I said, Grub have any hits in him? And he goes, I hope more than just one.
Yeah, he's hit it 5 straight, but in those 5 games, he has 1 hit in each game. Hey, that's kind of how Jimmy Rollins started that long hitting streak he had. 2 balls and no strikes. And Gesellman asked for d'Arnaud to come out to the mound. Phillies fans, never miss a CSN game with the NBC Sports app. Stream every pitch, hit, and run on CSNPhilly.com and the NBC Sports app all season long.
Love it. Comes in handy at your son's games.
I would think it would.
When he's not batting, of course.
2 balls and 1 strike. Well, you can put it to the, in a spot where you can see both.
I did just that. So easy too. It really is easy.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Ball had some real good action on it.
Turbo sink. This is 93 and the bottom just falls out. Jeez. Took d'Arnaud by surprise, that's for sure.
Runner goes. Pitch is pulled toward third. Picked by Jose Reyes. Joseph is retired.
He hit it hard, but that's exactly why you put runners in motion. Stay out of that double play.
Cameron Rupp is coming up, and he was our Toyota turning point of the game last night.
I want to talk about plate coverage. This ball up out over the plate. Big guy gets his arms extended. I think in any other ballpark, that's a home run. A little chilly last night, a little breezy, but it does the job to score Michael Saunders. That would be the winning run for the Fighting Phillies. That's your Toyota turning point.
RBI number 3 for Cameron Rupp. Cam was hit by a pitch last night. He also walked. He was 0 for 2 with that sacrifice fly. And he lays off 1-0. Broke his bat, and it's 1-2.
Cameron thought I'd check it just in case. We could hear it up
Well,
here.
For some reason, when he did that, I was thinking maybe he did break it, but it sounded like it shattered or splintered. Very distinct sound when that happens. Phillies numbers with runners in scoring position. 329 over the last 10 games. As a team, they are 8th best in Major League Baseball at 281. Check swing by Rupp. Did he go? No. This is the first base umpire, Dan Iasonia.
Initially, I thought he went, but it's right on the border. You'd love to see that out of an umpire, though. Quick, right away, ask for that PO. There's no thinking. There's no hemming and hawing. No, he didn't go.
I'm with you, though. I thought he went naked eye. And looking at the replay, I think he did hold it up. Tried the same pitch, and now it's 3-2. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. 4 strikeouts for Gesellman. That's a tough pitch.
And 3 looking.
No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Take a look at that last pitch with our pitch cast presented by Mazda. Right on the edge. It is a pitcher's pitch, and Cameron goes down looking. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd here at Citi Field. weeks, and I know people have been Googling it. That's Flip It Out. They're going to perform on Sunday for the Fanatic's birthday, so make sure you get to your seats at 1 p.m. Game time is 1:35. That's when all the festivities will begin. It's the Fanatic's birthday, brought to you by Citizens Bank. Join the Fanatic, all his friends, the Galapagos gang, for a fun and festive birthday celebration, and all youngsters 14 and under get that Fanatic cap. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets. Neil Walker leads it off, and he takes a fastball on the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. Walker hitting .220 with no homers and 3 runs batted in. He has 4 hits and 31 at bats against right-handers. Listen, 4 at bats in last night's ball game. And he's peppering the third base side with those foul balls. Ball of the dirt, 1-2. Pete and Bob McClure have been talking over the last few days, and Vince has even talked about this too, because for Vince was very frustrated after his last outing. He was frustrated after the first one, but the fact that it happened in back-to-back games where his pitch count was high and his inning total was low. Pete said that Bob and Vince and Rick Kranitz have been working on things every day to try to get him to be more efficient in the strike zone. Out toward right center field. That's pretty well hit. Odubel on the run, out toward the wall, and he leaps up and makes the catch right at the fence. Now there's a big sigh from Vince Velasquez. 1 out here in the second inning.
If it had enough to get out, I think Walker just hits his ball just a bit off the end. This is a big yard, and Odubel catches it rather easily. Take a look at the location here. I think he just got it just off the end.
To be able to hit it 380 feet off the end of the bat.
Pretty efficient route, though, by Odubel.
So 1 out, and here's Lucas Duda. Curveball, 0-1.
It's got to be the worst part about being a starting pitcher, though. You sit down with Bob McClure and Cranny, and you talk about the adjustments you want to make, but you still have to wait 5 days to go out and see if they're going to work. It's not like a hitter. You make an adjustment, see if it works in the cage the next day or in the game.
Yeah, a lot of times the 4 days in between starts is spent video, and for the coaches is probably building up his confidence back to a certain level.
And most likely you're only going to throw the 1 bullpen in between. Might do a flat ground session, a little touch and feel.
But they watched a lot of video to work on mechanics. And well, right out of the chute in this first inning and a third, his ball strike ratio is way better than it's been. 26 pitches, 16 of those pitches are strikes. And strikeout number 1 for Velasquez. 2 outs. Well, Velasquez has the highest strikeout percentage in baseball at 38.6. He is second to Robert Stevenson of Cincinnati with his strikeouts per 9 innings of work. He has 17 strikeouts this year in the 2 starts. He's averaging his strikeout rate for 9 innings 17.
Look at the names on that list. That's good company.
Yeah, Pomeranz threw really well the other day for the Red Sox. Ooh, awfully close. 2 balls and no strikes. Reyes was 1 for 4 in last night's game. Well, there is a difference the way he's missing with these last few pitches. Is that the first 2 starts everything was up and out. Now it's down. I don't know if that's good or not. Ball 4, so second walk issued by Velasquez. Travis d'Arnaud will be the hitter.
Hopefully that 2-out walk will not come back to bite Vince. Get 2 quick outs and then end up walking the guy hitting 100. Obviously he's not trying to do that, but see him just, I think that's the next step in the progression for Vince. Now you have a situation where you have a guy, obviously Reyes doesn't run like he used to, but still has some good wheels. Can still motor, ball in the gap. Might be looking at a 1-0 Mets lead here. All because of that 2-out walk.
Rupp's going to go out because he's missing consistently now in that spot. 2 balls and no strikes to d'Arnaud. Now you do have to be smart here because you do have the pitcher on deck. You'd like to get the number 8 batter and have the pitcher lead off, but the pitcher is on deck. I think you'd be a little smarter if there was a runner in scoring position.
I agree.
Reyes with 488 career stolen bases. He's been successful 80% of the time, and he has just extended his lead off first. Ground ball to third base. Franco is up with it. And they retire Reyes going to second. 5-4 on the putout. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. 2 in the books. We'll move to the third. Phillies and the Mets are scoreless.
Top of the third at Citi Field. Time now for our Coors Light Cold Hard Fact presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And, well, it's all about seeing pitches, guys. The Phillies are the best in baseball right now at seeing pitches per at-bats. 4.1 pitches per at-bats. That's what the Phils are seeing, followed by the Blue Jays and the A's, Indians, Brewers, and Yanks. Some pretty good teams on that list. One of the guys that has been seeing a lot of those pitches is a guy coming up right now, Freddie Galvis. Had a conversation with him about this very topic in Washington, D.C. a couple of days ago, and talking about, I said to him, when you go up to the plate, is it a conscious effort this season to see a lot of pitches? He said, well, obviously the situation will dictate, if you're going to take a lot of pitches, if you're going to look for a lot of pitches, or maybe you're going to be aggressive because of the pitcher that happens to be on the mound, and you might only get one strike to swing at. So obviously it's going to be dictated by the situation. But he did say, as a team this year, they have made it a point to try and see a lot of pitches, not only for themselves, but to help their teammates as well, to see what the pitcher is featuring as he singles that one into right field. And that's the kind of thing they're trying to do. Pete Macadam was asked about it, about his team being best in baseball, seeing those pitches. And he said, look, right now, I'm cautiously optimistic. It can happen all season long, but it's early. But he'd like to see it keep up, guys.
Yeah, I think that's the right way of saying it, too. Cautiously optimistic, because there is a drastic jump from 3.8 pitches per plate appearances, which where it was last year, to 4.1. It's just making the starter throw more pitches and getting into the bullpen a little sooner.
Discipline.
Velasquez not bunting, and he hits it foul. The corners were coming in, and he was ready to fire.
We saw Tanner Roark do it the other day with the Nats. Pulled one back and shot one through that hole against these Phils.
And he bunts it foul, 0-2. It has started to rain here at Citi Field. Ball to shortstop. Cabrera quickly to second for one, over to first in time. 6-4-3 double play. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, the question is, who holds the Mets single season record for most home runs as a shortstop? Most home runs as a shortstop. Answer will be revealed a little later on. Here's Cesar Hernandez. He takes outside, 1-0. What were you going to say, Frank Tavares?
No.
Bud Harrelson?
No.
Kevin Elster?
Good one.
1 ball, 1 strike. Cesar struck out his first time up. He has hit it in 11 consecutive games. Already has 7 multi-hit games. Strike 3 call. That's 5 strikeouts for Gesellman. 4 have been looking. A 9-pitch inning. Well, here at Citi Field, they have something called the Fan Experience. You can roam around, get your photo taken at different spots. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Bottom of the third, Robert Gesellman will lead things off. First pitch is outside. One ball and no strikes. One and one. Just had a fan from Atlantic City come up to say hi. Zach Delcher celebrating a birthday today. Drove all the way up for the game and is heading all the way back tonight. Some Phillies fans here in the house.
Nice.
2 balls and 1 strike. Out toward right field, and venturing back is Saunders, and he makes the catch. 1 away.
So would you head up the turnpike in the Great Garden State from AC? Be the way to get here.
You would go Parkway.
Okay.
Garden State Parkway to the turnpike, and then head on up. Dramatically different scenery from Atlantic City up to about exit 12, or excuse me, 11. No balls and 1 strike. I should say on the Parkway up to the turnpike, and then to exit 11. Around there, it's when things start to change a little bit. A little more city life. Little tapper back to the mounds. 1-3 on the put out, and there are 2 outs. And here is Asdrubal Cabrera. Outside to Cabrera. He walked his first time up. Over to third base, Franco is up with it. Well, these first 3 innings have been excellent for Vince Velasquez. Certainly a nice bounce back from his first couple of outings. We'll head to the 4th. For a State Farm double play. State Farm here to help life go right.
Vince Velasquez not able to get the bunt down. Gesellman induces the 6-4-3 double play. First 2 outs of that 3rd inning. Nothing Freddie can do to get there, and that is your State Farm double play.
You know, a lot of people wonder, why didn't Vince Velasquez bunt from the get-go there? I mean, a lot of times you will see the pitcher do that. Sometimes the manager just feels like he can get something else done early in a game. Look at that little guy. He's got an apple on his head. The home run apple from here in New York. Here's Aaron Altair. He takes the first pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
I have no problem with Vince swinging away on that first pitch if he can get the bunt down on the second one, or even third. He is a very good athlete, handles the bat pretty good.
I did think he was going to bunt with 2 strikes. I know he tapped out. And, that can happen to anybody, but I did think he was going to bunt even with 2 strikes. Ow! And Aaron Altair is hit right on the hand. It looked like. Second batter that Gesellman has hit tonight. This one is much more painful, though, I think, than the first one, which was Michael Saunders.
Oh, on his wrist again.
He was asked today about Aaron Altair's wrist, which he injured last year on the first day of spring training games. And he said that he has not been on the injury report, that he was feeling better with each passing day. And hopefully that was not a direct blow, and maybe just a glancing blow, as d'Arnaud is out to talk to Gesellman.
Doesn't seem to be too terribly bothered by it. You see the wrist protector there on his left wrist. You know, I can't help but think of Renee Latchman and her bench coach in Seattle. The guy would get hit, and you would hear him scream out, "He ain't getting hit in the legs," meaning, hey, get ready to throw if he takes off. Love to see him take off here if he can get that jump.
There he goes. Pitch is lined to left center field, a base hit. Altair on his way to third, and he'll be held there. The throw goes towards second, so Odubel Herrera puts runners on first and third with no one out here in the 4th inning.
Well done, Pete. You know, Gesellman just hit a guy, go after that first pitch, put runners in motion. Nice job by Odubel, just stay on that pitch. Oh, smoked. Nice little first and third there. That's got to make you feel good. If you're the manager, knowing obviously you have to have your players perform and get the job done, but when everything comes together like that, it's got to make the skipper feel good.
Up the third base line, coming home is Altair. He'll score, and it's an RBI for Maikel Franco, and the Phillies take a 1-0 lead.
You going out your cleanup guy. Wasn't pretty, but you want him driving runs in. That's exactly what Maikel does here.
That is his 10th RBI of the year.
I'm happy to see Aaron doesn't look like he's bothered by that hit Babson, so that's good. See Maikel a little upset with himself, but puts the Phils up 1-0.
Saunders takes a pitch outside, 1 ball and no strike. Saunders hit by a pitch his first time up. And Saunders asks for time. pitch, and it's 1-1 strike.
Same thing he did in his first at bat, doubled up with breaking balls to start off the bat.
Duel is almost halfway to third base with his secondary lead. He'd probably score anyway on a base hit, but he is getting a comfortable jump.
Well, that's a good pitch there. Not one that Michael Saunders can do a whole lot with.
Sammy directed traffic out at second base for Odubel Herrera. On the inside corner, another strikeout looking. 6 strikeouts for Gesellman. 2 outs, and Tommy Joseph will try to get the runner home from second base.
And 5 out of the 6 have been looking. Saunders knows it. Vance Worley got caught up a few years ago. He came out, I mean, over 50% of his strikeouts were caught looking.
It was that 2-seamer that he ran off the hip of the lefties and then started throwing it to the righties.
It's amazing.
Tommy Joseph hit the ball hard to third his first time up. And he lifts that foul off the right field line. Lucas Duda looks over, and it's back into the seats a few rows.
See, there's a perfect example of Matt was talking to us before the game about. Said you get that foot down. He said that's why Tommy has been hitting so many foul balls over the first base dugout. He's just a hair late. He said the swings are okay, but he's just a hair late getting that foot down. You get that foot down, then you're able to drive the baseball as opposed to getting lazy with that top hand.
Little dribbler that rolls foul. Back toward the middle, flagged down by Gesellman. So the Phillies get the first 2 runners aboard. They settle for just the 1 run on 1 base hit. Odubel Herrera is left in scoring position. On to the bottom of the 4th, the Phils have an early lead. Avery Neon shipping labels ensure all your shipping messages get noticed. Perfect for any priority message. And WB Mason delivers the same day when you order by 11:30. Local service, personalized. Who but WB Mason? Aaron Altair looks like he is fine. Standing right smack dab in the middle of the WB Mason sign. Cespedes will lead things off. Velasquez throws a curveball. And it misses inside. Every time Vince spins like that, I keep thinking, boy, he has to get in a better position to field a ball than if Cespedes gets a hold of one.
I think these pitchers, they're just so worried about making the right pitch, they don't even think about getting in that fielding position. You look like at Greg Maddux. That man was always in the That's what 18 Gold Gloves in a row or 17 in a row he won.
Jim Cott used to say that it was so important for somebody to be in a perfect fielding position. And that's why he won as many Gold Gloves as he did. I think Vince may have slipped on that last one.
I think he was upset about the location of the pitch.
Here's the 1-2 pitch now to Cespedes.
Get it up there.
Well, they wanted to go up. It was probably belt high.
See, that's the pitch in Philly last week. He's not missing. Way too good a pitch there. 1-2.
May have overthrown that one. 95 on the gun. And 2-2.
You definitely have changed the scouting report on UNS, and we saw Cameron Rutt repeatedly try and get those pitches up and in. They're staying away from the last couple games.
A high fly ball to deep left center field. Altair says he has it, so does Odubel, and Odubel makes the catch. And one away here in the 4th inning. Maybe Velasquez got away with one there, but it had enough run on it. See where Rupp is set up. Where did it go? Yeah.
And that's exactly on the 1-2 pitch that he missed. Same pitches.
Starts Jay Bruce off with a changeup, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Bruce doubled down the first base line his first time up. Second double of the year for him.
Man, just got hit right in the square in the chest and didn't even move. Didn't even see it coming in. Hit him right in the chest.
It'll bother him in about 10 seconds. Got him. A high fastball, 95 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Velasquez. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Well, now Neil Walker with 2 away. back-to-back hitters that he started them off with a changeup. Tommy Joseph takes a very comfortable hop and will run it to the bag. And 7 in a row retired by Velasquez. We've completed 4 innings here at Citi Field. The Phillies 1 and the Mets nothing. Turns with fast-paced pick-up and play. MLB action packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at rbigame.com. Here's Cameron Rupp to lead it off. Struck out looking his first time up on a pitch on the outside part of the plate. That one's lined out to left center field. That's going to split the gap and go right to the wall. And Cameron is going to head to second base with a leadoff double, 3rd of the year.
Exit velocity 103.5 on that one. Ball came off hot. Good swing there by Cameron. Short and sweet. Of course, he'd have been pretty upset at himself if he missed that one. That was a good pitch to hit there. Elevated sinker. You can keep it going here. Get a few. That's what you'd like to see after last inning. 1st and 3rd.
Freddie last time up singled to right field. 3 for 16 on this road trip.
You got 1st and 3rd last inning, nobody out. I'd like to see him get more than just the one. So hopefully they can do that this inning.
out, 1-1. Freddie went into Pete's office last night after the game, and Pete knew that Freddie was upset with himself after he did not run on the pop-up that was muffed by Jose Reyes. He went into his office last night and apologized immediately. And Pete said he just looked down at the dugout and he could see that he was steaming after he thought he had scored the run on Blanco's double. But then had to go back to third base. 4-3 on the put out. Pete's comments after the game: Freddie thought the ball was foul and he didn't run. It was so unlike Freddie to do that. It was disappointing, but Freddie knows he should have run. He thought it was foul and it drifted fair. He knows what he did. I asked Pete if he thought about taking him out right after the game, right after that play, and keeping Andres Blanco in, and he said no. He said, honestly, I love Andres Blanco. And there's Freddie, and you can see how upset he was. He said, but I wanted to win the ball game, and Freddie's defense will help us win a ball game. Velasquez hit it to a double play. His first time up, the infield is in. And it's 2-0.
And that really is not indicative of the way Freddie plays baseball. You just saw his at bat. I know Vince is up here, but he made sure he got out in front of a ball and hooked it to the right side to advance Cameron Rupp. Now this opens up a window of opportunity here for Pete if he wants to do it.
Opposite way, base hit for Velasquez. Rupp will score, and the Phillies take a 2-0 lead.
So right there, Freddie says, you know what, I'm going to knock him in myself. That doesn't happen right there. And that's why that was very unlike Freddie to do that last night. But that's a nice job by Vince Velasquez. Infield drawn in. Take what they'll give you. Well done by Vince. I know striking somebody out, it's got to feel cool, but there's no way that doesn't feel better than striking somebody out. No way.
It's like every defensive lineman wants to be a quarterback. Every pitcher wants to be a hitter. Cesar fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Cesar is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice tonight. Little dribbler. That's going to be a tough play. Gesellman is off the mound, and he throws to first. It hits Hernandez in the helmet. It rolls into foul territory. Velasquez goes to third. Cesar certainly established a path up the first base line. You can see his footprints in the chalk going up the line. But Terry Collins, and every manager is going to do this, they're going to question whether the runner was in the base path or not. And he's in the base path.
He's going to take a look at Duda, make sure he's okay. The trainer comes out with him. Got to go down as a knock.
Okay, I thought he was coming out to talk to the umpire. He is out making sure that Duda's okay, because the arm did bend when the ball went and hit Cesar.
I think Gesellman would have had him if he didn't just baby the throw over to first base. He put a little more on it. I think Cesar's going to be out.
Well, it has been scored an error, E1.
I don't know. I mean, on the throw, yes, to allow Vince to get to third base.
I believe they've scored an E1, a straight E1. We'll check it, though, because there's 4 hits up on the board and 1 error.
Official scoring, E1.
I'm with you. I'd score it infield hit, E1, to allow the runner to go to third base. As Aaron Altair is the batter. Take another peek. Cesar's the fastest guy on the Phils. Would have been close, but because he didn't put anything on the throw, I don't think the ball beat him.
That's what I'm saying. It has to go down as a hit.
2-0. Big rip by Altair. Now with one man down, even a fly ball would do it some justice and get that third run across the plate.
The way Gesellman's holding the ball, it really has thrown the timing of Cesar Hernandez off here at first base. I'd like to see him run in a situation like this, get in the scoring position. Obviously, stay out of that double play.
He does not go. Pitch is whacked foul.
Won't be going here. That's for sure.
3-2 and one man down here at the top of the 5th inning. Sammy laying down the signs. Phillies have scored another run, so it's 2-0. Cesar flinched a little bit. You think he flinched a little bit more than a little bit?
Yes.
There he goes. Pitch is hit foul. They are just bearing down inside on Altair.
Oh, it was really inside.
Cesar goes again, and another foul ball. That one was more hittable than the other pitches that he has seen.
Yeah, that's a good pitch to hit there, but you get pounded inside like that repeatedly, you're going to want to get that bedhead out. I'm surprised it pitched before that. It almost looked like it was going to hit him. This is a good one to hit here. Oof.
That was the best pitch of the AB for him. Runners on first and third. Cesar goes. Pitch is a called strike 3. The throw to second not in time. And Cesar has his third stolen base. Boy, he just froze Aaron Altair. That's 7 strikeouts.
And another one caught looking.
Darno is telling the home plate umpire Chad Whitson that he was interfered with by the batter. Now it was unintentional, or deemed unintentional. So a lot of times the umpire will give him the hitter the benefit of the doubt. Hey, he was still in the box, right, Ben? Is that what the correct ruling is? So they're going to walk Odubel Herrera intentionally to face Maikel Franco, and Dan Worthen is going to head out to talk to Gesellman. If you have a group of 25 or more, come on down to Citizens Bank Park. Take advantage of some of the benefits and special options, which includes theme nights, party areas. You get special discounts. You can also have a fundraiser if you want to at Citizens Bank Park. Go to Phillies.com/group tickets for more information.
Maikel's been very aggressive early in counts. His first 2 at bats, swinging at first pitch breaking balls. See Maikel take this personally and do some damage here. Come on, big man.
have no idea what Travis d'Arnaud was doing on that pitch. And as Gesellman is about to throw his 80th pitch of the night.
Some paint right there. And when you're not going good at a particular time throughout the season, it seems like pitchers are making these pitches on you. You get in that 1-0 count, they paint you down and away.
Over to third base. Reyes backs up on it and then bobbles for a moment, but still has plenty of time. 5-3 on the putout. The Phillies get 1 run again here in the 5th inning. They send 7 men to the plate, and Velasquez's RBI gives them the 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Minor league report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. All right, so Lehigh Valley lost to Columbus 3-0. Pat Venditti, 2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. Angelo Mora had 3 hits for Reading as they defeated Akron 8-6. Clearwater defeated Bradenton 4-2. Sir Anthony Dominguez 5 innings. And Lakewood lost to Hagerstown 6-4. Mickey Moniak had 2 RBIs. Vince Velasquez has an RBI tonight as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Wilmer Flores is going to pinch hit for Lucas Duda. You know, Duda looked like he bent either his arm or his hand back on the ball that was hit by Cesar Hernandez when there was some contact at first base. So they're probably checking him out. Flores, a 188 hitter, has a couple home runs this year. Folks here in New York, fans here in New York, are clamoring for Wilmer Flores to play a little bit more over at third base because Jose Reyes has struggled so much offensively. Flores, though, has less at bats, but is only hitting $188. 1-2. Towards shortstop and Freddie Galvis. And here is Jose Reyes. Well, without looking at the specific numbers, Velasquez has thrown more curveballs tonight. It's helped him. He's around the strike zone much more tonight than he has been, which is a great sign for the Phillies. As Jose Reyes, who walked his first time up, will be the batter. broke his bat. And Galvis with another opportunity has to hustle the throw over, 2 away. Have you checked out CSN's podcasts? On the premiere of the Krukcast, John Kruk gives you a behind-the-scenes look at the stories and personalities that made the 1993 Phillies a great team. Listen and download on Autoboom, iTunes, Google Play, and of course CSNPhilly.com. They should do a podcast on John trying to figure out what Google Play is and iTunes is and all the other things. Darno, fielder's choice his first time. You had to figure he was taking all the way because the first 2 hitters didn't spend much time in the batter's box.
Love to see that first pitch change up to Reyes. Ground ball, broken bat. Love to see that.
Ground ball to second base. Cesar bobbled for a moment, but is able to recover easily. That is a 7-pitch inning for Vince Velasquez. He's retired 10 straight. We've moved to the 6th. Philly of the week is new to the lineup this season, and for the start of this campaign has been a welcome addition. Acquired in a trade with the Dodgers in November, Matt Klentak wanted a veteran offensive influence to the Phillies roster. Howie Kendrick has delivered just that during the first 2 weeks with a .333 average and an on-base percentage of almost .400. His 12 years of major league experience will help this youthful roster. His glove hasn't been too shabby either. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, Howie Kendrick on the disabled list for the Phillies. They're hoping to get him back in a very short time. But in the meantime, last night it was Daniel Nava playing left field. Tonight it's Aaron Altair, as Michael Saunders will begin the top of the 6th inning. Wilmer Flores does stay in the game to play first base as Lucas Duda was taken out. Mets have 3 guys left on their bench. And Saunders rips one to right field. That'll drop in front of Jay Bruce. Well, that may be right. He is getting close. 2 hits last night, a hit here tonight.
Good hard contact there. Got himself hitters count 1-0. Missed a couple heaters last night. Did not miss that one. Good swing.
That one's pulled hard toward third. And Reyes' throw was low, but they're still able to turn the double play. Tommy Joseph has hit 2 balls right on the nose to the third baseman. 5-4-3 double play. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. It's time for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And Dusty Baker is shaking up the back of his bullpen closer. Blake Trinan has been struggling. The Phillies fans saw that firsthand. So Baker said today that going forward, Sean Kelly and Coda Glover were going to share the closer duties for the Nationals. Trinan has blown a save and has an ERA of 7.11 in 6 1/3 innings. And what a scene today in Seattle, a day game out there in Seattle, and what is likely Ichiro Suzuki's final trip in to Safeco in his final at-bat. What does he do? Well, of course, he homers in that at-bat. Your former teammate, Ben Davis, he always has a flair for the dramatic, so he homers in his final at-bat. He was very emotional. The fans there gave him a standing ovation. It was actually Ichiro bobblehead day there in Seattle, so he does it with a flair for the dramatic with the home run and what is likely his final at-bat at Safeco Field.
I have to
You'd
admit,
expect nothing else.
Yeah, I was hoping he would go back to Seattle this year and play for the Mariners. If this was, if this was going to be it. Rupp hits one to shortstop. 6-3 on the putout. Side is retired. No runs. 1 hit. And nobody left. We played 5.5. We'll let Ben comment on Ichiro when we come back, because it was a pretty special day. Plays of the game, and this was an efficient inning for Vince Velasquez, the last inning.
Very efficient, just ground ball after ground ball. 10 consecutive outs made, 7 of those on the ground. You'd love to see that down the zone, getting these ground balls. 2 broken bats this last inning. They're off the bat of Darno. A fumble there by Cesar, but in time on to Tommy Joseph, and they are your Hyundai defensive plays of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, 10 in a row retired by Vince Velasquez as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. He's nursing a 2-run lead. And the first pitch to Gesellman is a fastball in there. It's 0-1. Totally different body language for Vince in tonight's ball game. And part of that is because this is just his 69th pitch of the evening. And a base hit to right field. Only the 2nd hit for the Mets. First hit of the year for Gesellman. At the top of the order, Curtis Granderson's coming up. Well, we were just talking about Ichiro and the fact that he had a home run in what could possibly be his final at bat at Safeco Field. But I wouldn't put it past him to continue playing beyond this year.
I asked him point blank, I said, Ichi, how many years do you want to play? And he looked at me, he said, Big Ben, till I'm 50. He's in great shape. The man is as nimble as he's ever been. And I would not put it past him. He loves playing baseball. He really does.
Now, can he be productive as an extra outfielder? He might be. There's a ground ball to Tommy Joseph. There's one. He fires to second in time to turn the double play. I think Tommy Joseph likes showing off that arm.
You got it, flown it. Show it off, big fella.
3-6 double play.
This is just living inside right here on Granderson, and Tommy gets up, throws a bullet. some and not really looking to get those pants dirty.
Well, even if Ichiro does continue to play, did it surprise you that he was able to hit a home run
No.
today?
You talk about a flair for the dramatic. You said that last inning. He does have that, and he's always had it. And whether he went 4 for 4, 0 for 4, he did a couple things on the baseball field every day that just jaw dropping. Whether tracking down a ball or making a throw or stealing a base. His batting practice always just amazed me, and just a great teammate. Funny as the day is long. Ichi, how do you do it? Pick Ben. It's obvious.
There's a line drive base hit to center field for Cabrera.
But never, I mean, he'd said things like that jokingly, but never a boastful guy. I bet you over the years he signed over a dozen bats for me for different charities and such, and just never once said, no to me. Always willing to sign autographs. He's great.
3,032 hits, counting that home run today. Over 4,000 hits combined with his years in Japan. Be hard pressed to find someone who will, other than Ichiro, that if you think about just all the numbers, be hard pressed to not put him on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he raced the magic number, didn't he?
Cespedes takes a curve, but it's 0-1. Oh, it did take Biggio, though, more than 1 year. That's the only reason I'm saying is because in this day and age, the magic number of 3,000, yes, but for him, I would think first ballot Hall of Fame. Cespedes has flied to center field. He's also hit into a fielder's choice. 1 ball and 1 strike. Velasquez came in with 17 strikeouts in 9 innings. Tonight, it's been about the contacts. Three and 1. You have to be careful with this pitch here. The last time Cespedes was up, he said he flied out to center, but it was out to the track in left center field. There's Jay Bruce on deck.
Vince is not one to back down, though.
And a bit high. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. Cameron Rupp out to have a conversation with Velasquez. The home plate umpire Chad Whitson comes out to break up the conversation. They're going to move Maikel Franco over towards shortstop a little bit as they play Jay Bruce to pull the baseball. Franco was right here. And then Larry Boa shifted him over to the spot he's at right now. Bruce lines one to deep right field. Saunders going back, and it is gone. On the first pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning to Jay Bruce. A 3-run home run, and the Mets take a 1-run lead.
He goes back, first pitch changeup, 88 miles an hour. This one just a little more elevated than Vince would have liked.
You think he fell into a pattern, Ben?
I wouldn't say it was so much of a pattern as it was execution. I think that pitch is just a ball that's up. When the balls are up, it flattens out a bit. You see there, right in the middle of the plate, and Bruce didn't miss it.
Walker takes outside, 1-0.
Take a look here by swing by Bruce. Short.
The line drive toward right field. That'll drop in front of Saunders. And back to work to face Wilmer Flores. Bob McClure is going to stroll out to the mound. Nobody's warming up in the bullpen, and partly because it's 81 pitches. Velasquez threw 100 pitches in his last outing, and he's been fantastic up until this inning.
No, he was fantastic up until trying to get that last out. He did give up the single to Gesellman and then induces the 3-6 double play to Tommy Joseph, and then it just starts to unravel.
Jay Bruce with that home run. That's his 5th home run. He now has 12 RBIs. Canada on the phone. He's got 2 young pitchers out in the bullpen. Ben Lively, who's up from AAA, and Mark Leiter, who came up yesterday. So they're having some trouble getting hold of somebody in the bullpen. Flores swings at the first pitch. Velasquez says he has it, but Franco's going to come in, and he dropped the ball. Well, usually it's the infielder's ball, and the only time a pitcher will try to make a catch on it is if nobody else is in the area. I think Vince probably needed to peel away.
Yeah. You always concede to the infielder if the ball is out. It's a complete jam shot. Obviously the pitcher would take it, but this is just something that you need to concede to your third baseman right here.
Charged the error to Franco. Probably could be given to Velasquez.
Looks like it went more offensive glove than anything.
So now Reyes, who knows exactly how Velasquez and Franco feel after last night. Not sure why you don't allow the pitcher to catch these. I think sometimes pitchers aren't as athletic, let's say, as a Vince Velasquez, and they don't do it as often as Michael Franco. To the right side, nice hop for Cesar, and they throw out Jose Reyes, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. Jay Bruce hit a 3-run home run to erase a 2-run deficit, and now the Phils will have to play from behind. Time now for a game summary brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers. 3 runs at the bottom of the 6th inning on a home run by Jay Bruce has given the Mets a 3-2 lead. Gesellman, 6 innings, 5 hits. He has 7 strikeouts. Velasquez, 6 innings, 5 hits. He has 2 strikeouts. Velasquez was the better pitcher, at least through 5+ innings. Rene Rivera will take over behind the plate for the Mets. Something must be wrong with d'Arnaud because Rivera was going to pinch hit for him. Here's this play again. Velasquez at that point says, I can make that catch. Then he seizes Franco, and Franco had a long way to go to get there, but did get to the spot.
He just didn't think Michael was going to be able to get there in time. And Michael really didn't come in on a straight angle. He went a little more divergent there.
Freddie Galvis will lead it off. It'll be Galvis, and then Brock Stassi's out in the on-deck circle. There's a lefty warming up for the Mets. 2-0 to Freddie. Jerry Blevins over toward first. That's a fair ball. And Galvis is retired. 1 out.
So that will be the end of the night for Vince Velasquez, but you hope that the last 4 batters of that inning don't really, that's all he thinks about, because he threw a heck of a ball game. He has to be proud about the adjustments he made using his pitches, staying down, inducing ground balls. That's what he has to remember about tonight's start.
Yeah, he was definitely, and I know he's been trying to do this tonight, he was effectively pitching to contact. 0-1 Stassi hitting 118, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Close to the last pitch.
Out towards center field. Two outs, back to the top of the order. On Tuesday, when the Phillies take on the Miami Marlins, all fans coming to the ballpark will be given the free Phillies texting gloves. Now, tonight's the kind of night you can use those Phillies texting gloves. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Cesar Hernandez takes a fastball, and it's 0-1.
I've never liked guys squaring around in an 0-1 count.
Little looper out to left field. Cespedes comes running in. Cespedes was playing awfully shallow. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Gesellman. Time to stretch here at Citi Field. Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who holds the Mets single season record for most home runs as a shortstop?
I'm going to go with the man they currently have as Duel Cabrera.
Asdrubal Cabrera is correct. He had 22 last year, 23 overall, but one as a pinch hitter. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
You threw me for a loop, though, with the Kevin Elster.
Did I?
You did.
I've learned that it's very difficult to fool your brother Glenn on any of my hints.
You just never give up, do you?
Luis Garcia will take over here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And he will face Rene Rivera. Breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Michael Conforto's coming out. He'll pinch hit for Gesellman. The Mets only have Juan Lagares left on their bench if they use Conforto. And Rene Rivera serves one to right field, a base hit. I think they're going to have Gesellman bat here to try to bunt Rivera up and save Conforto. Yep, here he comes.
It better be a good one because Rivera does not run too well. Anything firm, I think that'll give either Michael or Tommy or even Luis a chance to get Rivera at second base. I think Freddie just went in there. Hey, Luis, he bouncing off that mound. A chance to maybe get the lead runner here.
Shows bunt, takes a strike, 0-1. Selman tonight is 1 for 2. He singled through the right side his last time up.
Cannot be an easy task to bunt off Luis Garcia.
Well, his ball does move every which way. Just ask Bob Stumpo, who's the one of the Phillies bullpen catchers.
And a mountain of a man. He said he got me last night with a turbo sinker. He said just blew my thumb up.
He bunts at it, and it's 1-2. And he's down on strikes, 1 away. Wednesday, April 26th, will the Phillies take on the Marlins at 7:05. It's our second Hatfield's Phillies Frank Dollar Dog Night. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. That is a week from today. Curtis Granderson is 0 for 3. Phillies in their half of the 8th inning will have Altair, Herrera, and Franco. Fly ball to shallow center field. And Herrera, who started back, comes in, 2 outs. And here comes his Drupal Cabrera.
Drupal, who got that mess started last inning with a 2-out single. Seemed like a harmless single at the time.
Led to a walk to Cespedes and then the 3-run home run by Jay Bruce. '97 on that fastball to the outside part of the plate.
Pour it in there. Nice play by Cameron there. No matter what, you just want to keep that runner out of scoring position. I know Rivera doesn't run well, but if this ball kicks either side, to square that ball up. Yoga's paying off, Tom.
Two. Broke his bat. Cesar says he has it on the right side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We will go to the 8th inning. That man right there, Aaron Altair, will lead it off with the Phillies down by 1. Brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Chevrolet dealers. Hello with Ben Davis, Greg Murphy, Bob Anderson, our stage manager, who's trying to get to the shot. I'm Tom McCarthy. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Robert Gesellman will start the inning because the right-hander Altair is coming up, but they'll probably bring in Blevins, who's warming up in the bullpen, to face Odubel Herrera. But we'll see. We'll see how this inning starts. And a looper down the left field line. Fair ball. And it's going to kick off the tarp, and it's going to go into the crowd. It's a ground rule double.
I think it started off nicely, Tom.
I think it did too. So here comes Terry Collins, and he's going to signal to Blevins. So the Mets go to the bullpen. The Phillies have the tying run at second base. Alter's second double of the season. So we've got a pitching change. Gesellman's done after 7+. We'll be back right after this. To Nationals, it's StubHub Mother's Appreciation Day. All ladies 15 and older will receive the crossbody tote bag. Go to Phillies.com and purchase your tickets today. Here at Citi Field, the Phillies had a 2-0 lead. The Mets scored 3 on a 3-run home run by Jay Bruce in the bottom of the 6th. So they lead it 3-2. But the Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard, Aaron Altair, who doubled. And now Jerry Blevins will take over for Robert Gesellman. This Mets bullpen, the Phillies bullpen, has been problematic at times since the start of the year. The Mets bullpen has been more so. In fact, during this 4-game losing streak, the Mets bullpen has allowed 9 earned runs and 3 home runs with an ERA of 7.15. Overall, the bullpen is 22nd in baseball. And last night, the Phillies got to the bullpen. Let's see if they can get to it here, down by 1.
Two schools of thought here. You have your 3-hole hitter up, supposedly best hitter on the team, right?
Absolutely.
You don't want him just rolling over a ball to the right side to advance Aaron Altair to third base. Then they can either walk Franco and pitch to Saunders, although I don't know why you do that, to put the winning run on base. But I don't want O'Doul just giving himself up because of the speed of Aaron Altair at second base.
And you're not at all inclined on the road down 1 to bunt him to get Altair to third.
I'm not bunting my 3-hole hitter, not in this situation.
You're a stubborn. Saw his numbers against lefties, O'Doul's. And last night was the first inherited runner that Blevins allowed this year to score. 2 balls, no strikes. For 8 against Blevins.
And this looks to be his inning regardless. Nobody warming up in the Mets bullpen.
Meanwhile, the Phillies bullpen, Hector Neris is throwing. Pretty good pitch to swing at there.
Yes, it was. Double's going to walk it off. Think about it for a little bit.
It's actually Ramos that's warming up in the bullpen for the Phils.
This was a good one.
Popped in and out of the glove of Rene Rivera. Breaking ball and a good one, 2-2, floated right over the inside part of the plate.
Goes from 87 to 68. That's a drastic difference.
Herrera fouls that one. Michael Franco is on deck. By the way, we just received word Lucas Duda has a hyperextended left elbow, and Travis d'Arnaud has a wrist contusion. Must have occurred while he was catching.
Had to have.
Two pitch, way outside, 3-2. Wonder who the Mets will use as their emergency catcher if anything happens with Rivera. I'd say Wilmer Flores, for my money.
See that? Win the battle here.
Ground ball right side. We'll at least get the runner over to third. Odubel's retired. One out, runner at third. And Michael Franco is coming up. All right, before they do anything, will they walk him? Rene Rivera is looking into the dugout. I'm with you. I would go after him, even though Saunders is lefty on lefty. And they are going to pitch to him. I mean, Franco is 0 for his last 20 on this road trip.
Struck out looking tonight and 2 ground balls to third base. It's exactly what Blevins will try to induce Franco into doing right here. I'm a little surprised that Asdrubal isn't pinching with Reyes a bit more because of the way they're drawn in. I would think that, you know, if Michael, I would think he would go this way just a bit more, because if he hits a bullet, that's going to go through regardless.
So cover that area because you're not going to get your glove side.
Exactly, because that's so vacated up the middle.
For 12 against left-handers. Tying runners over at third here in the top of the 8th inning. Phillies trail at 3-2. There's Aaron Altair, good speed. Fly ball, he should be able to score easily.
It's a floater. This one at 69 miles an hour. So that's a good one to take a pass at because it's already elevated for you. You have to get it in the air somewhere.
He tried the same pitch but just changed the height of the eye level. Blocked by Rivera. Guy's got a catcher slipping right up your
That's right. I think they're going to triple up here with that curveball.
He tried to check his swing. He went around. Well, this has been a really tough road trip for Maikel Franco. 2 outs and a runner at third, and here comes Michael Saunders. Leadoff batter reached on a double. Take a look at the pitch sequence to Franco.
Fastball down, fastball up out over the plate.
That's the one right there.
That's the one. Hook, hook, and hook. My third key, keep playing as a team. See if Michael can pick his teammate up right here.
Popped him up. Rivera off with the mask. Not a whole lot of room behind home plate. He goes back into the seats. 0-1. Pretty close.
Missed not much.
Little looper out toward left field. Cespedes is coming on. He can't get it. Altair scores. Saunders drives in the tying run. And we are locked at 3 here in the top of the 8th inning.
I'm talking about. Pick up your teammate. Phillies do it again with 2 outs. That's it. Just fighting them off. Pretty much the same pitch. Pretty much the same pitch exactly as the pitch before. Blevins not too excited about it.
Well, Jerry Blevins' night is done. The run is charged to Gesellman. And Blevins in back-to-back games now allows the inherited runner to cross the plate. So back to the bullpen for Terry Collins. We're tied up at 3 here in the top of the 8th inning. They still have a runner over at first base as the Mets make a change out on the mound for Hansel Robles. Well, Murph, the Phillies have been rather successful with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, and finally that's carried over to tonight.
Yeah, so far this season they have. Now, going into tonight, they were batting .348 in that situation with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. That is pretty impressive. With 8 walks and 7 strikeouts in those at-bats, they are very, very good numbers. Now, they've had 4 opportunities tonight. The first 3, they came up with nothing, but 4th time is the charm, and they're able to score the run, the tying run in this game. I asked a couple of guys today what it means to get those 2-out runs, and I said, you know, in 3 words or less. And Tommy Joseph said, you know what that is? That's a confidence booster. He said not just for the player that gets the base hit, but for the entire team, the dugout. And Matt Stairs said it's a momentum changer. You know, that's the kind of thing that can get a team going, and the Phillies have been able to do that this season.
Well, they're hoping for another 2-out base hit here from Tommy Joseph against Hansel Robles. Robles throws 1 pitch. Reyes over toward the dugout, and he's out of room. And it's 0-1. I think the Phillies, there have been marked improvements, even though the win-loss record is basically the same as it was last year at this point. You see Robles' numbers, his league-leading 10th game, 3.12 ERA. But pitches per plate appearance, marked improvement. Overall, runners in scoring position average, marked improvement. And the 2 outs, runners in scoring position numbers, a improvement from last year. A 1 pitch coming to Joseph. Selman cannot win or lose this ball game. 7+ innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. He also hit a couple batters. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. And that'll wrap up the 8th inning. But the Phillies do tie it up on the RBI single by Michael Saunders. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th inning here in New York. It's the Phillies 3, Mets 3. Fantastic new offer for the Phillies. It's called the Student Steal. It's for all home games in April and September. It's a $15 ticket. Plus, you get up to $12 in value at some of the concession stands on Ashburn Alley. including Chickies and Pete's, Tony Luke's, Primo's Hoagies, Bull's Barbecue. You can also use it for a hot dog and a soda. Go to Phillies.com/studentsteal for more information. Well, Edubray Ramos will take over here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Luis Garcia, who pitched a scoreless 7th inning. Talked during the open about how effective the bullpen was last night. They're going to need to be effective again tonight.
Battle of the pens.
Phillies bullpen, an ERA of a little over 5 coming into this game. Had a breaking ball to Cespedes, 1-0. Phillies do not have Pat Neshek. He is out on paternity leave. We hope he and his wife. His wife is doing well. He gets a chance to spend some time with his family. Outside 3-0. Every time the Phillies pitchers retired, the opposition 1-2-3, which Velasquez did 3 times tonight. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. .30 green light and a base hit for Cespedes. The Mets have the leadoff batter aboard. Jay Bruce is coming up. He's the reason the Mets have the 3 runs tonight. Down 2-0. Got a change up on the first pitch, Ben.
Yeah, first pitch. Just a tad elevated there, and Bruce doesn't miss it. All with 2 outs in that 6th inning. To see him roll one over here.
5 home runs now, 12 runs batted in. The same spot, a 2-run home run for Bruce. 5-3 Mets on top. That's 24 home runs now for the Mets this year.
Talked about keeping them in the yard.
Basically the same swing.
It really was. Pitch came in at 94, went out at just under 106.
Home run in the first time was a changeup. This time, a fastball. Fans are looking for a curtain call from Jay Bruce. Ball and 1 strike. Herrera in center field. And 1 out. Ball dropped out when he did take the ball out of the glove. Here's the first home run against Velasquez.
Yanks it out to right.
Boy, they were both in the same spot,
They
just
really
different
were.
velocities.
Yeah. The reason these guys have been in the league for so long and put up the numbers that they've gotten, because when they get these pitches, they don't miss them.
Jay Bruce has had 5 RBIs in the game 6 other times. 5 ribbies tonight. Flores out to shallow right field. Saunders. Two outs. There's David Wright. He's in the dugout tonight.
Been out on the field early the last couple of days, taking balls at third base, taking batting practice. Still moving a bit rigidly, I'd say.
Yeah, the problem is kind of the next day just doesn't feel 100%.
One of your favorite guys of all time, right?
A great guy. The ball's in 1 strike to Reyes. 0-2. And a breaking ball and a strike 3 called. Reyes down looking. Yeah, that'll do it for the Mets here in the 8th inning. However, they take the lead, retake the lead on a 2-run home run by Jay Bruce. We'll go to the 9th. Phillies down by 2. Mason deliveries of the game.
In the 6th inning, Jay Bruce, changeup out to right, the 3-run homer. And then here in the 8th inning, it's a fastball, center cut for a 2-run homer. He's accounted for all the Mets runs this evening with the 5 RBIs. And they are your WB Mason deliveries of the game.
All right, so last chance for the Phillies, and let's see if they can get it against Addison Reed in his final night as the closer for the Mets, because Jeurys Familia will return tomorrow. Terry Collins is very pleased about that, because then he can sort of tinker with his bullpen and put guys back in their rightful spots. Cameron Rupp will lead it off. He's 1 for 3 in tonight's game. Takes a fastball, 0-1.
You will get something to hit here off Addison Reed. He will challenge you. Not the mid-90s guy we've seen in years past, but trust his fastball, mix in some sliders.
Off the hands, 0-2.
Pitches like that, he will give you something to hit.
Phillies tonight got 5 scoreless from Vince Velasquez. In fact, 5 2/3 scoreless from Vince before the first home run by Bruce. This is the best outing of the year for Velasquez, command-wise. And then the Phils, after falling behind 3-2, tied it up at 3 in their half of the 8th inning before the Mets scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th on the home run by Bruce. And here we are, top of the 9th inning. And the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Cameron Rupp. Fouls it back.
Also part of the maturation process for Vince Velasquez is thinking about the game he just threw and realizing that he threw a heck of a ball game. He made those adjustments that he's talked about with the coaching staff. He made those adjustments today, and not to really dwell on the 3 or 4 batters that led to the 3 runs they scored off of.
Yeah, because we saw his reaction when he left the field. It was partly because of the drop pop-up. That was part of it, but mostly because of the 3-run home run by Jay Bruce. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. Cameron just said that is not a strike. Coming up after the ball game, join Michael Barkat and Ricky Vitalico as they talk on Phillies post-game live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Highlights and analysis of this game, how you keep Jay Bruce in the yard. We'll also talk about Velasquez's outing tonight, which was certainly an uptick from his first 2. And hopefully that means success down the road for Velasquez as Freddie Galvis hits one down toward Utley's corner. It is off the wall. And it kicks away, and Galvis is around second, heading to third base. And he'll get there sliding. It's a 1-out triple. First triple of the year for Freddie Galvis. All right, so this one is not over yet. The tying run is coming to the plate, and Daniel Nava will be the pinch hitter.
It's a way to be ready to hit. You'll get something to hit. Pull those hands in through there. Just missed going out. Ball's in the air forever. See how quick your hands can be? Just let them work. Remember that conversation Matt had with Freddie in spring training? He hit a ball like that out in BP, and he goes, "You didn't know your hands could be that quick, did you?" And Freddie said, "No." That was that swing. Just use those hands.
Oh, now Daniel Nava with 1 out. The Mets will concede the run to get the out on a ground ball. Fly ball center field. That'll get Galvis home and make it a 1-run game. Granderson is under it, makes the catch. Freddie scores, so 2 outs. It's 5-4. RBI on the sac fly for Nava. And now Cesar Hernandez will try to start it up again. Cesar hitless tonight. Hitting streak on the line. Love to see him extend it because it means he extends the life of this game. Phillies are down to their final out. Tomorrow, Aaron Nola will take the baseball for the Phils. Noah Syndergaard on the mound for the Mets. One ball, 2 strikes.
I still think the ball he hit in the 5th inning might be changed to a hit, but
swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Cesar Hernandez down on strikes. The Mets hang on and beat the Phillies 5-4. They end their 4-game losing streak. And this is another tough loss for the Phils. They've had 3 difficult losses on this road trip. Our Chevrolet player of the game, Jay Bruce, 3 for 4. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He's hitting .470 with 6 home runs in the last 10 games against the Phillies.
Look at it. He could have had 6 RBIs in that first inning. It's that double down the line. Cespedes gets thrown out at home plate to end the bottom of the first inning. No run scored for the Mets.
So the Phils lose at 5-4. The Mets take game 2. The series is even. We'll be back to Citi Field to wrap things up right after this.